Hello and welcome to this how-to video for Budget Express. Today's topic, the analysis in Budget Express. How to use the different analysis available, how to analyze the data that you will get from the different analysis, how to read the different functions. So this is a very important topic because I probably said before that the calendar may be the art of the program, but the analysis are probably the brain, because this is where decisions are made. Okay, so let's get to it. First, you have at the bottom, the top left corner, the period that you can choose to analyze your data. You have a lot of possibilities already in the system, but if any of those possibilities doesn't match what you want to analyze, you can custom your analysis for a particular period. Let's say I want to analyze in January 2019. I can click and custom this particular view to see the January operations. After that, I got my 4 report that we will see in detail in a couple of seconds. Then I have the indicator in here. Those are used for the detail or the summary report. If you wish to only analyze a particular operation type, for example, you want to analyze only the expenses, you can click on the others so that you'll only print out the expenses in your analysis. By default, we analyze everything. The comparative, it will be used, I'll show you a little bit later. It's used for the reconciliation. When you reconcile your data from the calendar or the menu, you'll see the entry, the output will be different. It's used with the reconciliation button, and by category is used to do subtotals and the different report. And to finish, we have the all account view right here. That I can what I can do in here is choose a particular account or a credit card to analyze my data. So this is important. If you don't want to see the whole operations from every single transactions that have been done in the system. You want to analyze a particular credit card, for example, what expenses have been passed through this particular credit cards, and you want to see every single other card or account. You can choose a particular account right here. Those are used for the detail or the summary account. Okay, now let's click on Analyze to launch the detailed report by operation. That's the one I chose first of all, and for the current month. I chose to see every single operation, so that I'll have a pretty long list of data. So by default, what we have, we're going to see in the expense income report, you have the entries, so the revenues, the income, and the output, so the expenses. So you'll be able to see every single date, every operation that has been entered into Budget Express. And at the end, you have for the month your total incomes and total expense. In that case, I have a difference of I'm over a big $171. So that's pretty important to use this analysis if you want to be able to see the difference between your output and input. It's very that's one of the main reasons you want to do a budget, so to see how it will be, how it will go in different periods. So you'll be able to change the period if you want to see for the whole year. What we have again, if we continue, now we have for every single account, every operation. So I have a lot of operation for this my primary account. There I have expenses, I have revenues, and I have also transfer from one bank account to another, or credit card payment. Sorry. Then again for my second bank account, my third bank account, and then I'm in the credit card section, so I can see every transaction for my credit card. So this is a very complete analysis. So you'll be able to see every single operation, but for a total expenses and different revenues, but also for different bank and credit card account, so that at the end you'll be able to see every single feature in your budget that has been used for the different operation. I also have at the end the savings and the loans, so I see that I have operation directly done from my bank account or TD account into my savings and loans. So it's a very, very complete analysis of this particular detailed report. It's by date. It's very important to understand that it's by date. One thing you can do also that I forgot to mention, you can print your report. If you want to use it, print it on paper, you'll be able to use the printing button. It's only available when I analyzed something. So if you don't see it at the beginning of the report, it's because you didn't click on the analyze button. Okay, now let's look at the different other functions that can be used when we print reports. You saw that the detailed report is by default entry and output, but if I click on comparative, it changes to see the real versus the planned amount. So the real is coming from the reconciliation that you have done from the calendar or the menu, the reconciliation menu. So this is a very, very important topic, so that you'll be able to know if you have differences between what you had planned and your budget and how much you really spent. So you have the difference for each line. The line that has been reconciled is in blue. When it's in black, it means that it wasn't reconciled. So you'll be able to see at the end that you have a difference in my expenses. My income is equal, but my expenses I spent more than what was planned. So this is very important when you analyze your data if you use the reconciliation to see how much you really spent and why didn't you plan what was spent. So this is very important to analyze this information. Where did I spend most of my money? So you'll be able to see every single operation. But what I'm using, usually what I do the comparative, I usually use the reconciliation button also, because it will show me exactly where I spent my money for the different operation that was reconciled. So I have the description for those who know how to use the reconciliation. You know that you enter a description. It's coming from your bank account, or you enter it manually, and the amount related to this spending. So in this particular case, I went 3 times on the October 2nd. I went 3 times to buy groceries at 2 different stores, but I wasn't over the amount that I was supposed to spend on that particular day. But the next day I did spend more. So you'll be able to analyze your information that way, so that when you have differences, you'll be able to know where the expenses is coming from. Okay, now that we have seen what we can do in the detailed report, let's look at the summary report. Like the title said, it's a summary analysis of your data. So I will just launch to see the whole operation. So we have like I said, the summary of each. Well, income I have only one, but the different expenses that I've done in this particular month. And again, I got the same thing for a total for all my accounts, all my credit card, all my savings account, and my loan. I only have one. So it's when you have to have a larger view or a rapid review of your operation, so you're gonna use a summary report. What I like to use when I print the summary report is use the categories, because it will add a subtotal for subcategories like groceries, for example. I'll be able to have a subtotal for all my expenses for the particular groceries that I spent on this month. So it's very important to use the category. For those who knows Budget Express very well, you know that you can create your own category, change subcategory, and put them into this new category. So you'll be able to work in Budget Express and personalize your own categories. You can also use the comparative. So again, the real versus the planned operation. Well, you'll have the information again as a summarized view. But if you want to see where is coming the differences, the comparative is probably used more in the detailed report. There's one button that is available only in the summary report. It's the graphic button. I will just use the graphic button just to show you what is the difference. Well, you probably saw that before because it's the same as in the dashboard, but it's you'll be able to print that out with your by changing period if you wish, or you can choose a different account to just to see what is the information is coming from a particular account, and you'll have this graphic. If you want to see, for example, that for my primary account, my RBC account, the only the incoming expenses that I've done for this particular account, you'll be able to have the graphic for this account only. Okay, now let's see the other two report. The financial report is done if you really use Budget Express for all your operation type. What I mean by that is you'll be able to see your for a particular the report. What I'll do is I'll change. I want to use the current year. It's because it's more significant. When we analyze the financial report, you want to probably see what will be my total balance from the account, credit card, my investment and loan, though, so that it's a financial report summarized by my entries and all my output. So you'll be able to see that at the end of the year, you should, if every single entry in Budget Express were done, you'll have a positive amount of $6,000, $377. So this is very important if you use Budget Express with every single operation from your personal finance. This is a report that I loved because it gives you a really good idea of where you're going with your preparing to retire or something like that. It's you can custom your period to see what should be your income and the financial balance at the end of 2020, for example. So this is a very nice report that was added in Budget Express. Well, the cash flow, you probably know the cash flow a lot because you already use it in the calendar. You see in the calendar, you have the cash flow at the bottom of the calendar. But what is different in the analysis is exactly what I just did. You can analyze your whole year, so that you're gonna see how it's going. So you have a good idea from every single account, or for a particular date and month. If I want to go at the end completely to see what will be happening in December, see that I probably should pay my credit card because they're all negative. So this is probably I forgot to enter in my operations the reimbursement for my credit card. I can see that right away, and I have too much money into my main account. So this is something that I probably forgot to do. So you'll be able to see this very rapidly when you use the cash flow report. So this is the training on the analysis. You'll probably work a lot in the detailed and the summary report. If like I said, if you use the reconciliation, you'll use the comparative and the detailed description from these button, and it's very important to use the this and to understand how it the data that is shown, to understand why it's coming, where it's coming, so you'll be able to analyze your personal finance correctly. If you have any question, like usual, send me an email at support@budget-express.com. Thank you for your time.